Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. If you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. I'm a stand-up mind. You better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. You see the devil in a glance, boy. So I can knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. If you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to UltimateDirtTV coverage of the World of Thunder Esports League. This is race number 3 here at the virtual Lanier National Speedway, and it is time for the Nvizion Custom Graphics Big Block Modified. Brett Wheeler joined the line alongside Alex Robinson as we get set for round number 4. Alex, good to have you back, and well, you had a bit of fun in the sprint cars. You got to do what I did a couple of nights ago and pull double duty.
It was really fun. It was entertaining. You know, wish I could have lasted a little bit longer in the feature, but it was a fun show.
Well, we've got qualifying just wrapping up here, and we had 36 drivers signed into the virtual pit area for tonight, and we'll take a look at those qualifying results for you right now, and that's position 11 on back. Dylan Wilson for D1RT Racing, Blake Majulis, Evan C. They go 1, 2, 3. Randall Carter in 4th. Look at the top 5, Alex. D1RT, they take 1 and 2. VLR, they take 3, 4, and 5. And again, a started lineup here tonight. We'll have 4 heat races on the program. Let's go trackside, Alex Robinson, heat race number 1.
Starting pole from D1RT, the 35. It's Dylan Wilson. Outside of him, it's VLR's 30 machine. It's Ryan Underwood.
Sheldon Oberle driving the 105 machine. He'll roll off on the inside of row number 2. Position number 3 to his outside in car 72, Mike Augustine.
Number 3 on the inside, starting 5th, the 014, Ben Lewis from T-Berry Motorsports. Outside of him, it's Daniel Powell in the 3-2 machine.
Then we go back to row number 4 for Tail Tag Motorsports, driving the 999. That's Corey Sibley on his outside in the Rocket Esports, car number 39. Robert Simons will start position number 8, and Scooter Black in the D1RT Racing number 5 entry. He'll start position at number 9. Alex, so far, pretty good showing in both the Miller Family Trucking Dirt Street Stocks and, of course, the DirtFan.com 410 Wing Sprint Car Series. I believe you said just 4 or 5 cautions leading into the Nvizion Custom Graphics Big Block Modifieds. And again, when you have that little cautions on this type of racetrack, you know it's elbows up. It's always nice to have those little cautions.
That means not to say the pressure's on, but it's kind of is when you have 1 caution in the street stocks and 2 in the 410s. The pressure's on for the rest of the night for these drivers to keep it clean and keep it green throughout the night. And speaking of the green flag, it has dropped. Heat race number 1 is underway.
Yeah, big front row between Dylan Wilson and Ryan Underwood. Both drivers coming into tonight. They sit 3rd and 4th in the point standings, and one of these drivers have got the shot to start on the pole for tonight's 55-lap main event. It's going to be Dylan Wilson who will lead lap number 1. 8-lap heat races, top 3 going straight through to the main event. Everybody else through to the preliminary mains. Right now it's still Dylan Wilson out in front. Underwood, Oberle, they run 1, 2, and 3. Caution is out.
First caution of the night for these, the heat race number 1. Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, looking at Scooter Black and I believe Corey Sibley. So Sibley in the 999. As he actually got tagged there by Simons in the 39 entry. Sibley goes around. Scooter Black comes on in, and again nowhere to go. And unfortunately, caution flag is going to fly here on lap number 2 of heat race number 1. And we'll just take a look at the slow motion here as the guys come down into turn number 1 and 2 here to start the second lap. And there's the 39 of Robert Simons in the Rocket Esports entry. Just gets into the left rear, and unfortunately that sends Sibley around. Coming in with Scooter Black here. Nobody. I tell you what, Sibley done well not for that car to go upside down.
Oh yes, everyone has saved it that they weren't upside down. But going back to qualifying, Dylan Wilson, Evan C., Blake Majulis were your top 3. Those are also your top 3 all-time winners in the World of Thunder Esports League. Then you add Alex Bergeron in there. That's your top 4. Alex just notched up 19th career win for him in the World of Thunder, as he's catching Dylan Wilson, who has 23, and he's looking for another one as we're back green here. Heat race number 1. Dylan Wilson looking to start on the pole of the feature event with a heat race win here. But he has Ryan Underwood right behind him there. Sheldon Oberle, who's been competitive throughout the season. He's in that 3rd spot.
Yeah, he might be sitting 3rd on the racetrack. And Oberle runs 8 in the point standing. So you've got 3 drivers inside the top 10 points overall after 3 weeks. So you know each time we hit the racetrack tonight, there's certainly going to be a number of storylines to develop here. As we still continue to watch Dylan Wilson lead the way from Ryan Underwood, Sheldon Oberle, and Augustine now starting to feel the pressure from Daniel Powell back in that 4th position as Powell trying to get up on the inside, but Augustine going to hold on to that 4th position, but again, Alex, it's the top 3. Speaking of 3s, we've got 3 to run.
Top 3 go on, but Augustine has to battle with Powell there because that's going to be those pole sitter for the B main later on tonight. So that's still positions to be gained. But Dylan Wilson, Ryan Underwood, Sheldon Overly, they're looking comfortable 1, 2, 3 right now with 2 to go.
Yeah, they certainly are. Dylan Wilson for D1RT Racing. He has led since the drop of the green flag, and again, a good start tonight by coming into tonight with the fastest time in qualifying. White flag is out, 1 to run. He sits 3rd overall. He is one driver that's picked up a win so far this season, and looking to add another feature race win to his tally into 3 out of turn number 4. Dylan Wilson going to win heat race number 1. He'll start on pole of your 55-lap main event. Right under the in 2nd, Sheldon Overly 3rd. Those top 3 drivers will transfer automatically into tonight's main event. Everybody else through to your preliminary mains. Heat number 1 results popping up on your screen, and it is the D1RT Racing number 80 of Dylan Wilson gets the job done over at Ryan Underwood, Sheldon Overly, Mike Augustine, Daniel Powell, your top 5, Ben Lewis, Corey Sibley, Scooter Black, and Robert Simons in the 9th position. Alex, heat race number 2. It's time to go trackside. Take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
On the pole, D1RT Racing, 127, it's Blake Majulis. Outside of him from Pennsylvania, the 41, Slick Sim Sports entry, it's Logan Rumsey.
The winner of the DirtFan.com 410 Wing Sprint Car Series, 10th in the points series after 3 rounds for Team AVR Esports. It's the man from the Great White North. I used to call him the cocky Canadian. He's far from cocky. Car number 12 of Alex Bergeron starts position number 3, and Cole Cavey lines up at a position at number 4.
Number 3 on the inside from Rocket Racing, 48 machine, it's Dylan Yeager. Outside, Richie Yost in the 29 machine.
And we go back to Tyler Schultz in the 17 for Team Outlaw Motorsports. He'll start position number 7. Darren Little for HRE Motorsports, the 68, starts position number 8. And Corey Austin will roll off in the 9th position.
As you see, Blake Majulis, Logan Rumsey, Alex Bergeron. Cole Cabry was a pro at one time, wasn't he?
Yes, yeah, he was a sprint car pro.
So 4 current or former World Outlaw Pro drivers in the top, starting in the front 2 rows here. So this will be a dogfight. Pace truck off, green flag out. There's Blake Majulis going to that bottom side. Him and Bergeron there. They're both running the bottom. Rumsey, oh man, contact between Bergeron and Rumsey. Contact back there for Cabry as well. Oh man, shuffling throughout the field. Here we go, 4 wide.
Well, on opening start to heat number 2 for World Championship drivers. 2 world champions on iRacing, Bergeron and Majulis. They run 1 and 2. Majulis sits 2nd in the point standings. Bergeron sits 10th in the point standings. Yeager, well, after flipping a couple of weeks ago at Weed Sport, he's looking for a bit of redemption in the Rocket Racing Setups number 48 machine. He's holding off Logan Rumsey and a couple of fast young cats right in 3rd and 4th. Rumsey now peeks to the inside, but Yeager holds on to the final transfer position.
Yeager, Rumsey, those 2 battling for the 3rd spot, but here comes Cole Cabry as well. Cabry right behind them here. There's going to be a 3-car battle for that 3rd and final transfer spot. 1 will go on to the A, 2 will go to the consies. Who will it be? Rumsey is right behind Yeager. He goes to the bottom side of Yeager, slides up a little bit there, almost contact, a little contact there as Yeager holds on.
3 to run this time by for Blake Majulis as he looks to etch himself on the outside of the front row and shut out the rest of the field from a D1RT front row. Speaking of D1RT, look at the 71 of Cole Cabry up on the inside of Rumsey. Couldn't make the pass. Richie Yost, who was very, very fast, and we are seeing some very, very competitive heat races here, Alex. And right now, Richie Yost now looking up on the inside, but the battle is on for the final transfer spot again. Yost into the side of Cabry. Cabry, that's going to bring out a caution, and you would dare think that, well, with the rule making contact, Richie Yost will more than likely go back to the end of the line. We'll take a look once again at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Alex, it's turn number 1 and 2 again here in the heat races.
Yeah, that is a dangerous turn as we see. There's Cabry up top. Yost going to try and slide up there. I think he underestimated how close Cabry was there, and Cabry just going to get roughed up a little bit there and go a little sideways enough to bring the caution out.
Let's go back. We're going to go back a little further here, just on the entry into the turn. So watch the front wheels here of Yost in the 29. You can see they're all the way to the left. That means his car's tight. He's pushing up, and unfortunately he just ran out of room and inevitably makes a contact with Cabri. Cabri comes to a stop, and unfortunately that's going to put Richie Yost and Cole Cabri to the tail end of the field. And you would think that, well, now this is a shot for Logan Rumsey to get into that final transfer position. He's got to get by Dylan Yeager, who, again, you know, we only seen him for the first time 2 weeks ago. And of course, last week with the virtual rainout pushed everything back a week. But green-white checker, the Alex Robinson Conterge hashtag Blame Alex continues on here in heat race number 2.
Well, green-white checkered, Blake Majulis out in front. UC Yeager trying to get up to ABR 12 of Alex Bergeron. Bergeron, though, holds on to second. Rumsey tries to get past Yeager. White flag in the air.
1 to run for Blake Majulis down the back straightaway. Final time in heat race number 2. He will look his way into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be a D1RT front row up on the inside for third and fourth. Rumsey is going to hit the line. I think Rumsey may have stolen third away. We know it's Valentine's Day in America, and as Joe Vance would say, give it a bit of a right side of romance, love, and heat number 2 results on your screen, and it was Yeager getting that third and final transfer position. Boy, that was real tight. 0.018 of a second, Alex. That is very, very tight for that final transfer spot. But Majulis, Bergeron, and Yeager all going to the main event. Rumsey, Littoral, Schultz, Cabri, Austin, and Yost going to be the drivers who will have to make their way through some consolation races. Speaking of consolations, we're not there just yet. Heat race number 3.
Race number 3 on the pole. The 33 from Team VLR. It's Evan C. outside of him. D1RT Racing 84 of Clay Devon.
Driving in car number 70 for Drew Hopkins Racing, it's Davin Cardwell. He'll start position number 3. He's outside in the 34. I believe he drives the 1. It's the Big Daddy Speed Concepts. Matt Yorker will start position number 4.
Row number 3 on the inside, Ethan Toder in the 23 for Drew Hopkins Racing. Outside, Mid-South Dirt Slingers, 13 cards, Jordan Gage.
James Grace in the Blue Group Motorsports 269 looking mighty fine. Start position number 7 at a position number 8 for D1RT Racing. It's the ML Performance number 41 of Matthew Logan, position number 8. And 42 for Mid-South Dirt Slingers entry, Matt Walter lines up out of position number 9. Alex, 3 drivers in the top 10 in points are in heat race number 3. Evan C, who holds the points lead. Davin Cardwell, 5th in the points. He starts position number 5. And James Grace, who starts position number 9. The only other drivers inside the top 10 in points who have not raced yet are the Carter boys, Randall and Brent Carter. And I'm hoping that they are in heat number 4, because if they're not, things might get shaken up just inside that top 10 starting positions.
And think about this for a second. You have Evan C., who's looking to start on the inside of row number 2 and make it 1, 2, 3 on qualifying charts. Start 1, 2, 3 in the feature. Clay Devon, on the other hand, trying to make it 3 in a row for D1RT to win heat race 3. Green flag is out. Oh, man, a little trouble there for Clay Devon as there comes Cardwell to the inside of him already. Slide job for the second spot. Almost 3 wide for the third spot, but here comes Devon to the inside of Cardwell, side by side through 3 and 4. 3 wide contact back there in the middle of the track.
Yeah, York are going to get shuffled back to position number 8. Ethan Toder, unfortunately, didn't make the call, so he's out of heat race number 3 at this stage right now. Devon and Davin Cardwell run side by side out through turn number 3 and 4. Evan C. looking to break away from the rest of the field, and he's starting to do that. He's already 7/10 of a second clear of the drivers, sitting in 2nd and 3rd position right now. Cardwell to the outside, Devon to the inside. Meanwhile, James Grace and Jordan Gage, they'll find side by side for 4th and 5th. 3 down, 5 to run.
Here we go. Devon trying to get past Cardwell there after Devon's tough start to the heat race. He's looking to get to the inside. Now he's going to slide up the track. See if it's any better right now, but he's still sitting in the 3rd spot. Don't count out James Grace, as Grace is gaining some speed lap by lap, but will be too little too late with 3 to run this time by.
Yeah, Evan C. is just checked out at the moment. He's all alone out in front. Again, 5 down to 3 to run now. It's nearly out to 9/10 of a second. So Evan C. He's gaining some more speed lap after lap. He is extending the lead over Davin Cardwell, who again sits in 2nd position. Again, top 3 in points coming into tonight. Evan C., Blake Majulis and Dylan Wilson. Alex, you touched on it at this stage. Evan C. just needs to go around Lanier National Speedway just one more time, this time by out of turn number 4, and those top 3 will start 1, 2 and 3 in tonight's feature event.
Evan C. looks strong. He's checked out. He said, here's my key for Heat Race 3. I'm going to see you in the A-main event. Because the 33 of Evan C. goes around 3 and 4, and he's going to win Heat Race number 3, start 3rd on the starting lineup for the A-main. Davin Carville, Clay Devin, going to join him in the feature event. Let's go to the official results for the rest of the feature, the rest of the Heat Race.
All right, Heat Race number 3 results coming up on your screen right now. Evan C. for Team VLR will get the win. Second will go to Davin Carville, Clay Devin in 3rd. Everybody else to transfer to the preliminary races: James Grace, Matthew Logan, Matt Walter, Matt Yorker, Jordan Gage, Ethan Sodergan didn't make the call for heat number 3. Your 4th and final heat race of night. Let's take a look and go trackside. Your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
And starting on the pole from VLR, the 37, it's Randall Carter. Outside of him, the 16, it's Jay Place.
Row number 2 inside in the number 91 machine, that's Tanner Tomasi on his outside for the Firm Motorsports. Driving car number 47, that is Jason Randolph.
Starting inside of row number 3, the 69 VLR, it's Brent Carter. Outside of him, $1 Million Motorsports. The 50 entry, it's Eric Scull.
Jacob Prilliman in the 08 machine for Barely Legal starts position number 70. He's outside the Drew Hopkins Racing 49 of Chase Hardy will start position number 8. And driving the Corbett Motorsports caliber 14 entry, that is Drew Corbett to make up the 9 cars. Alex, it is confirmed. Top 10 drivers in the points have all started in the 4 heat races here tonight. And again, it's the VLR guys of Randall and Brent Carter. Now, I'm pretty sure that they are not related. I will have to get confirmation on that one.
Brent Carter starting in row number 3. He's going to have the tougher fight to get up into one of those top 3 spots. But can he do it? We'll find out. Pace truck in, green flag out. Heat race number 4, it's underway. Carter out in front right now. There's Jay Place. Here comes battle for the 3rd spot. Oh, man, here comes Carter. Carter, Tomasi got some problems. As there comes Carter, going to slide up Randolph right there, side by side with them. Brent Carter in 4th, battling for that 3rd spot.
Now trying to make it directly into the 55-lap main event tonight, but right now it's the 47 of Jason Randolph working above the slick line down into turn number 3 and 4. Brent Carter, the 69. That's the orange and white machine you're watching on the inside of the speedway. Trying to go below the slick, just drifts up to the slick as your Randall Carter, your race leader, Jay Place. They run nose to tail down the back straightaway. Jason Randolph just following the leaders right now above the slick, and poor Brent Carter, he's stuck up on the bottom side, can't get to the top side just yet because he's now got the 91 of Tanner Tomasi snooping to his outside.
And here's the thing, if Brent Carter can make it into that 3rd spot, you'll have VLR 1, 2, 3 in this heat race as Jay plays a VLR driver with Randall Carter out in front. And Randolph holds on to the 3rd spot. Now Brent finally gets up to that top side. Now he's gaining some ground on Jason Randolph with we're halfway already. 4 laps to go, 3 laps to go this time by.
Yeah, 3 across the line, down into turn number 1 and 2. Randall Carter, Jay Place, run 1 and 2 here in heat race number 4, your 4th and final heat race of the night. Alex, even if one of these 2 drivers, the members from the VLR stable, get the win here in heat race number 4, it's going to be a D1RT row 1, VLR row 2. And I believe it'll be Ryan Underwood on the inside of that 3rd row. So the top 5 again, basically going to be the same much as what they were from the qualifying results. 1 lap left to run for Randall Carter.
And just think, if you're one of these other cards like Jason Randolph, who's an underdog here, Tomasi, Stolf, these cars with not one of the bigger teams, but you see Carter going to win heat race number 4 with Jay Place right behind him there. Jason Randolph takes that 3rd final transfer spot, but imagine this. You're starting in the back. You're going to have to get by a lot of D1RT and a lot of VLR if you want to finish on the podium tonight.
All right, heat race number 4 results as we now look forward to our C-main. We'll bring up heat number 4 results for you right now. And of course, we'll take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Randall Carter, Jay Blake, Jason Randolph, the top 3. Brent Carter, Tanner Tomasi, the top 5. Eric Scout, Chase Hardy, Jacob Prilliman, and Drew Corbett. The 9 cars in heat race number 4. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for tonight's C-Main.
Starting on the pole, Mid-South Dirt Slingers 42, it's going to be Matt Walter outside. $1 Million Motorsports 50, it's Eric Skull.
Row 2 inside in caliber 999 for Tail Tag and Motorsports. That is Corey Sibley on his outside. Cole Cabry for D1RT Racing.
Row number 3 on the inside, 34, Big Daddy Speed Concepts. It's Matt Yorker outside, DHR 49 of Chase Hardy.
Row 4 inside, position number 7, caliber 5 for D1RT Racing. That's Scooter Black on his outside. It's the 92 of Corey Austin for Mid-South Dirt Slingers.
Jordan Gage in the 13 for Mid-South Dirt Slingers. He'll start 9th. Outside of him, it's Jacob Perlman from Bailey Legal.
Then we go back to row number 6 in the Rocket Esports, caliber 39. That's Robert Simons on his outside. In car 29, that's Richie Yost.
13th, scheduled to start 13th. The 23 of DHR, it's Ethan Toder. Outside of him, the 14 of Drew Corbin.
All right, can confirm just 12 starters in this one. Drew Corbett, Chase Hardy did not make the call for tonight's C-Main. Top 4 going to go to the back of the main event, and then of course the B-Main, the top 4 going to tag the back of the B-Main, and then the B-Main, we are going to take the top 12 to tonight's main event. It's time to win an award for these drivers as we get set to start eliminating drivers from tonight's C-Main and from the Nvizion Custom Graphics Big Block Modifieds. Again, round number 4 here from the virtual Lanier National Speedway right here on UltimateDirtTV. We are green with Walter Scalp on the outside, Cabry, and we are immediately under the yellow flag.
There's a lot of problems back mid-pack there as I saw a lot of cars get loose on the start, so we'll have to look at the instant replay here. Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Let's see here.
So I'm looking at the 30.
Oh, Richie Yost.
Man, that was very close to going upside down. So Jordan Gage that was in the 13. Now, did he try and go a little bit earlier? Let's look at it here. Scooter Black. No, I don't think it was just all Jordan Gage, unfortunately. I think he must have seen the leaders go, so he's obviously gone. But, Alex, you know that coming to the one to go signal, race control have always told these drivers you cannot go until the car in front of you goes, and unfortunately it just looked like a classic case of the 13 of Jordan Gage just tried to go quicker than what he should have, and unfortunately the yellow flag comes out and looks like we're going to have a complete restart on this one, Alex.
So desperation already underway here. C-Main, green flag back out. There's Matt Walter. As you see, we almost take it 3 wide to the flag stand there. We're 3 wide now for the lead between Walter, Sculf, and Cabry. The battles throughout this racetrack. Again, top 4 go on to the B-Main, so desperation will come in as 5 laps in the book. We're halfway.
And there we go. In fact, we'll go back to lap number 2. So caution flag laps not going to count in the C-Main side by side. Scalp and Walter. Scalp has the advantage on the inside on the 50 machine. Sibley now to the inside on Cole Cabry. Look out, we've got Scooter Black blazing to the inside. Creek right in the middle of turn number 3 and 4, and we are yellow once again. I think we've had more yellows in Big Block Modified Racing tonight than what we've had in the first 2 races for the Street Stocks and the Sprint Car main event. So we'll take a look at the Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay again and just take a good old Captain Cook and what happened. I believe it was just going to be the 5 with Scooter Black and Richie Yost gets into the left rear quarter panel, and Richie Yost, he must be thinking that he must have stepped on a black cat or walked under a ladder or something, because he has not had a happy night here at Lanier. Again, we'll come back to the green flag this time by, as the drivers have just been given the one to go signal. Alex, are you still with us?
I'm here. Sorry, my buddy just wanted to ruin my night, so he wanted to text me and get me to come somewhere. I was like, yeah, kind of busy right now calling big blocks. If you would look at my Snapchat story, you would understand that we are live here at Lanier and C-Main action. We're 3 wide for the lead once more. Cole Cabry to that inside. That inside looks like it's coming back now for Cole Cabry there, who's battling with Eric Skull. Side by side they go, cars spinning around, and oh no, it looks like that might be Matt Yorker. We're still under the green flag though.
Still green flag racing here, side by side for the race lead. Gabriel on the inside in the D1RT number 71 machine. Scout to the outside, right above the slick line, trying to get the run on the top side of the racetrack. Meanwhile, simply Walter. Here comes Ethan Toda in that number 23 machine right now on the outside looking in. He'll sneak up on the inside of Matt Walter. You battle for 4th and 5th right now, down into 3 and 4. Speaking of 4 to run, Alex.
Ethan Toder holds that 4th spot right now. You see, there was Richie Yost trying to get around on the outside there. Here comes Walter trying to get past Toder. Toder gaining ground on Corey Sibley. Sibley battling with Sculf there side by side for the 2nd spot. Sculf on the top side, Sibley on the bottom, side by side for 2nd, but here comes Ethan Toder.
Taking a look at line, Cable just went through turn number 1 and 2. He went right up to the concrete and trying to keep this thing wound up on the top side of the racetrack. 2 to run right now for your race leader. Cole Cabry, Sibley, Scalp, and Toda. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, Toda up on the inside there, making a bit of contact there with Scalp. And here comes Robert Simons, Richie Yost in 5th and 6th, but time running out. Alex, 1 to run for Cole Cabry.
White flag out for Cole Cabry, trying to put another D1RT ride into the feature event. 1 step closer here if he wins it. Eric Sculf there. There's Ethan Toder on the inside of Sculf. Oh man, Sibley there checked up a little bit. Cole Cabry going to check out here. C-Main win for him. Corey Sibley, Ethan Toder, Eric Sculf. They're going to finish in those top 4. Matt Walter going to come 1 shot.
Well, our C-Main is wrapped up and we put 4 more drivers into preliminary competition. Those drivers, those top 4, will transfer to the back of the B-Main. Cole Cabry, Corey Sibley, Eric Scalp, and Ethan Toda in C-Main results. And again, those drivers going to transfer to the back of the B-Main. Speaking of B-Main, Alex, it's starting to go trackside. Your UltimateDirtTV starting grid.
Starting on the pole from Pennsylvania, the 72, it's Mike Augustine, outside Pennsylvania native, the 41 of Logan Rumsey for Slick Sims.
James Grace in the 269 for Blue Group Motorsports will start position number 3 on his outside the 69 for Team VLR. That's Brent Carter, position number 4.
Starting 5th, it's going to be Daniel Powell, and outside of him, Darren Literal for HRE Motorsports.
Matthew Logan for D1RT Racing will start position number 7, car 41. He's outside the 91 of Tanner Tomasi.
Row number 5 on the inside, it's going to be Ben Lewis for T-Berry Motorsports. Outside, Team Outlaw Motorsports 17, it's Tyler Schultz.
We go to your C-Main transferees. Your C-Main winner, Cole Cabry in the D1RT Racing. Number 71 will start position number 11 on his outside. The 999 for Tail Tag and Motorsports, that's Corey Sibley.
Number 7 on the inside, $1 Million Motorsports, Eric Sculf. And outside, rounding out the field, the 23, Drew Hopkins Racing, Ethan Toder. Brett Wheeler, I got an offer for you, and I want to do this live on air.
What?
So you want to hear something funny? So you know how Michael Jordan has his own race team now, and Pitbull has his own race team, and now apparently the Saints running back Alvin Kamara said about having a race team. I think sooner than later we need to have an UltimateDirtTV race team.
And who's paying for this?
We'll talk about that later. I think people would buy in.
Hashtag blame Alex. That's what we're going to go with. Speaking of blaming Alex, I'm going to blame Alex for the green flag. Augustine Rumsey, 14 cars on the racetrack. Top 12 going to go through, so 2 cars going to be eliminated from the B-Main. And we are green for a 12-lap journey as Logan Rumsey, he'll scrape the wall down into turn number 1 and 2. Augustine will lead. James Grace, Brent Carter side by side. Rumsey now looking to the inside down into turn number 3 and 4. Cannot get clear of Augustine. And Mike Augustine going to lead lap number 1.
Augustine holds the outside. Rumsey going to do what he did in that sprint car race. Go to the inside once more. He's battling side by side. You see Brent Carter battling with James Grace there for the 3rd spot. Slider by Rumsey side by side for the lead once more. Augustine still has him at the line.
2 by 2 down into turn number 1 and 2. Working lap number 2 of 12. Rumsey, big slide job down into 3 and 4 once again on Augustine. Augustine turns it back underneath him. Rumsey has it at the line by about half a car. But now Augustine going to return the favour, a bit like a tennis match at the moment. These 2 drivers, Rumsey and Augustine, going back and forth, just left and right. Punches being thrown. Meanwhile, Brent Carter to the outside. He'll move to position number 3 over James Grace.
Carter gaining on those two up there. Rumsey, Augustine, 1 and 2. Here comes Carter. He's in the third spot now, starting to pull away from Grace, trying to have some pressure lifted, but that 269 is coming. So is Daniel Powell. These cars looking to transfer on to the A main. You see Cole Cabry, he's in ninth. He's looking to move up. Matthew Logan, he's in the sixth spot right now. Some cars just going to get desperation soon as we're halfway down, halfway to go.
Yeah, car flag sticks around here in the B main again. 12 laps of distance, top 12 going through, so 2 cars unfortunately going to miss out from our 55 lap main event later on tonight. Couple of different lines being utilised here in the B main. I've just seen some drivers work to the bottom side. You see some drivers trying to stay up above the slick as we go yellow. So yeah, some drivers staying above the slick, drivers running the slider line, and some guys just happening to roll the bottom side as we take a look. UltimateDirtTV instant replay. I believe it was the 17 entry of, in fact it'll be the 97 score, the 17 on the timing and scoring screener. That is Tyler Schultz, who just got into the back of the 23 of Ethan Toner. Unfortunately, Tyler Schultz goes around in that Team Outlaw number 97 machine. He'll have to go to the back of the field. And very impressed with Tyler here tonight. Again, giving himself an opportunity to go straight in, not straight into the beam, into the A main, but having to get himself an opportunity to make that 55 lap A main. And Alex, as you know, when it comes to big block modifieds, this is obviously the newest car we have here on the iRacing.com service. These cars are still very, very popular.
Very popular, as you see. We have some of the biggest heavy hitters, and then you have some of these underdogs who are heavy hitters as well. I mean, there's a whole bunch. You see even a C main, we had Cabry in there, a former pro, so it shows that these heat races, C mains, B mains, it's the best to be on iRacing here with these big block modifieds. Logan Rumsey, he's out in front still, 3 wide there. Carter going to get past. As you see, Matthew Logan now coming as well. Cars battling for better starting spots in this A main.
Again, top and bottom lines being used here at Lanier National Speedway. Rumsey, he once again catches a piece of the creek now. Tomasi to the outside on Brent Carter. Carter just rolling the bottom side. He knows that he's in the show at the moment. He doesn't need to do anything silly. Meanwhile, look at his battle heating up for the final transfer spot. And Tyler Schultz in the 97. He's made his way back to position 12. Just in front of him is Corey Sibley, Ethan Toder. And then you got Ben Lewis in the 14 machine. Man Scout and Mineral on the outside looking in with 2 to run.
And Tyler Schultz, just think about this. This will make him 2 for 2 on features tonight. Made it in the sprint cars. Can he make it here once again in the big blocks? He holds on for that. UC Cabry moving up through the pack right now from that C main. White flag in the air. Logan Rumsey still battling with Mike Augustine. Look at the run for that 41 machine as Logan Rumsey might have just sealed it here. There he goes, running the block. That slider from Augustine. Logan Rumsey going to win this B main. Augustine second. Grace, Logan, Rossi, Powell, Carter, Lewis, Toder, Sibley, and it looks like Tyler Schultz going to take that final spot.
Wow, what a way to end B main competition here. We'll take a look at your official results before we step aside here on UltimateDirtTV. Rumsey, Augustine, Grace, Logan and Tomasi your top 5, Cabry, Powell, Carter, Lewis and Toady your top 10, Sibley and Schultz get the 11th and 12th finishing positions. I'll go through to our 55 lap main event. Darren Little, Eric Scalp, well, unlucky boys, time to pack it up, get the super late models out, and I'll see you in just a few minutes time for that one. Speaking of a few minutes, that's what these drivers have. They have a 2-minute warm-up session. So with that being said, we're going to step aside here on UltimateDirtTV, come back, pay a couple of bills, and be right back with your main event.
You can believe what happened over here, man. We're going to run out there and look at in the house. Somebody had you in the cops came out here. Told me I was just taking out the garbage. Where you been?
Shit, man, I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. 'Cause these are my people. And this is my land. This is what we pray for. And this is God's plan.
Alright, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV, coverage of the Nvizion Custom Graphics Big Block Modifieds here from the virtual Lanier National Speedway. Brett Wheeler alongside Alex Robinson as we get set to take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Alex, let's go from the back to the front.
Starting 24th from Team Outlaw Motorsports, it's Tyler Schultz. Inside of him, the 999, it's Corey Sibley.
Row 11 outside for Drew Hopkins Racing. Ethan Toda starts position number 22 and he's inside. In the TV Motorsports, it's the 14 of Ben Lewis, position number 21.
Row number 10 on the outside, Team VLR, it's Brent Carter in the 69. Inside of him, Daniel Powell in the 32.
Cole Cavery for D1RT Racing in car 71 starts position number 18 on his inside. It'll be the 91 of Tanner Tomasi.
16th, Matthew Logan from D1RT in the 41. Inside of him, the 269 of James Grace, looking fine.
Row 7 outside, Mark Augustine, the 72, position number 14. Inside the 41, Slick Sim Sports, Logan Rumsey, position number 13.
In row number 6, Jason Randolph in the 47 for the Farm Motorsports. Inside D1RT 84, it's Clay Devon.
The Rocket Racing setups 48 of Dylan Yeager starts position number 10 on his inside the 105, Sheldon Overly.
Row number 4 on the outside, VLR 16, it's Jay Place. Inside DHR 70 of David Cardwell.
Alex Bergeron for Team AVR Esports starts position number 6, and Ryan Underwood, the VLR entry, will start position number 5.
Start 4th, it's going to be VLR of, VLR Randall Carter in the 37. Inside of him, VLR 33, it's Evan C.
Your front row is for D1RT Racing. It's Blake Majulis, the 127, position number 2. And on pole for tonight's 55-lap main event is Dylan Wilson. Alex, quickly, who are you picking?
You know what? I'm going to pick the 33 of Evan C.
All right, well, I'm going to say Dylan Wilson goes back-to-back. I'm going to say he gets the win here at Lanier. 55 laps on the board. We go live for 55. Your Nvizion Custom Graphics Big Block Modified main event is underway. Rough into turn number 1 and 2. Wilson going to slide up. Evan Cena up on the inside. Randall Carter and Ryan Underwood. They'll go side by side. Just in front or just behind them, I should say, is the 12 of Alex Bergeron. But Dylan Wilson going to lead lap number 1.
Dylan Wilson leads the lap, but you see Blake Majulis, he's on the outside of Evan C. Nobody picked Blake Majulis to win this race tonight. He might have a chip on his shoulder for that one as he's running that top side, trying to get past Evan C there. Evan C, Dylan Wilson, the top, as you see, the top 3 are the top 3 all-time wins, and here comes Bergeron in that 6th spot.
Randall Carter, Alex Bergeron nearly made contact out of turn number 4 on the previous lap. Bergeron snuck up onto the inside, nearly done it again. Ryan Underwood rides in 5th position, but not for long because here comes Bergeron right through the middle of the racetrack. They went 3 wide through turn number 1 and 2. Speaking of 3s, it's the 33 of Evan C. He's going to slip back to 4th position again. Just rolling the bottom side. Carter up on the outside, so the outside groove at the moment looks to be the fastest way around this 3/8 of a mile racetrack, Alex, working on lap number 5.
Top side looks like the place to be. Evan C, it looked like trying to drift up there and try and get a window, but there is no chance there as the choo-choo train around the top, going by him one by one. There goes Carter, there goes Bergeron, here comes Ryan Underwood now. Underwood running the top side. He might let Evan C in there, or will he? He's going to go upside there as the VLR cars, Underwood, C, and place right there, 5, 6, 7.
As on the last lap there, Alex, Majulis went to the bottom side. He lost a little bit of ground to Dylan Wilson. Wilson was around the slider line. C, Underwood, they'll go side by side. Jay Place now coming into the mix. Right now it's D1RT and VLR and one Lone Ranger inside the top 7. And that is Alex Bergeron in that number 12 machine. Look at the 48 of Dylan Yeager as we come to the yellow flag. First time in tonight's main event. To the people asking what happened to Sheldon Overly, we are unsure. So we'll take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay, and I believe it's going to be the D1RT 71 of Cold Cobra. He was just C main winner and then transferred from the B to the A. We take a look. Is this just going to be a single car thing? Yeah, he just went up all by himself. Ouch 1-2 get involved and he goes up on his lid and, well, what's the number for 911? Doesn't matter because he needs a virtual tow.
So with Cole Capri out, you know, the good news is, with Capri out and Overly out, you're not going to finish last. I heard the positivity of Steve McMillan during the sprint car race when Tyler Schultz dropped out. You're not going to finish last.
And let's just touch on that very quickly. How do you feel? You actually made a sprint car main event.
You know how stressful that was? I was literally, in the matter of hours leading up to that race, I think I turned over 1,000 laps today at Lanier. So hard work pays off finally. I'm kind of happy. Also, there was 19 cars, so I would hope I made it or we would have a problem. But you see the green flag is out, and there's no problem for Dylan Wilson as he is still out in front. But here comes Majulis. Here comes Bergeron. Bergeron looking to steal it here and take a 20th career win, but he has a lot of competition there as another caution is out.
I was just gonna say, what a shot from the drone shot there as yellow flag second time in tonight's main event, and again we are unsure what happened, so we'll see if we can go back and just try and find out what happened here on the UDTV instant replay. We can go back a little further. I'm not seeing anything.
Apparently Tyler Schultz is out, so you might want to check where he is.
Tyler Schultz is already back on pit road just there. The yellow flag. So he was stuck on the inside creep. And I don't think that was enough to trigger the caution because nobody is around him at this stage. Maybe race control have obviously thrown the yellow just in case that he was not going to get back to the pits in time. But we are back underway here in the main event. We are working on lap number 10 of 55. Still, it'll be 45 to go this time by Dylan Wilson, Blake Majulis, and now Alex Bergeron running 1, 2, and 3. And poor old Evan C outside the top 5. Who did you pick to win this one?
We're not going to talk about it, but Dylan Wilson, he's out in front. Blake Majulis, he's trying to gain on him there. Wilson, Majulis, Bergeron, Carter, all running the top side. Underwood trying to touch the bottom. Going to try it again, see if anything's there. But here comes Evan C now, trying to get past his teammate of Underwood. You see VLR, they're sitting 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah, so there they are, certainly holding some spots inside the top 10 right now with 4 drivers. But it's the D1RT machines running 1 and 2, followed by Alex Bergeron sitting back there in the 3rd spot right now. Bergeron closing in on Blake Majulis down into turn number 3 and 4. And again, there's about Carl Link separating his about 2 yellows so far in 13 completed laps. And we've only seen about 5 cautions throughout the course of the racing here tonight in the main event so far. And we're working race number 3 of 4. We work on 41 to go. Dylan Wilson continues to lead.
Dylan Wilson there, as you said. Bergeron, the only caution flag back out on the raceway. Bergeron, the only one. You see D1RT there, 1 and 2. Bergeron from AVR. Carter Underwood from VLR is sitting 4 and 5. So Bergeron is the outsider in the top 5, but we see him from the Pro Series. He's used to being the outsider, but here we go. Caution flag was out. There's the 41. Is that Cardwell?
That's Davin Cardwell. He got tagged by Dylan Yeager in the Rocket Racing Setups number 48 machine. And unfortunately, Jason Randolph, Mike Augustine got involved in that one as well. Tough break for Davin Cardwell. Tough break for Yeager. And well, so far he's survived a few more laps than what he did a couple of weeks ago before he flipped over at Weed Sport.
There were actually a lot of flips at Weed Sport. That was one of those. Yeah, I felt like we were at the Chili Bowl. We need a flip counter at that one, as we saw everything flip. That might have been the first time I've seen 4 races and just guys nailing that barrier on the inside wall and get 2 tires up and go sideways and flip. So that's just one of those, it's new, but you see the outside there where those cars are passing. That is a painful shot. You know what else isn't painful, though? Dylan Wilson out in front with Blake Majulis. Those two have been out in front this whole race. Bergeron there, now Evan C. He's on the top side, 3 wide for the 3rd spot. Bergeron, Carter, Underwood. Underwood in the bottom side, Carter middle, Bergeron up top, as Bergeron has pretty much the fastest line around the track.
3 wide again, Underwood on the inside, Randall Carter through the middle, Alex Bergeron upstairs, trying to shut the door just a little bit there on the 37 of Randall Carter. Now look at Underwood and Bergeron, they get clear on Carter. Bergeron in the middle, slider line is working for him right now on the number 12 machine, but again, it's that bottom side. Look at Jay Place, Evan C. They'll go side by side behind him, and look at Logan Rumsey now. Man, you just look at the World Championship drivers in this one, and the caliber of potential World Championship drivers sitting inside the top 10. There is a number, there is countless of drivers that have got the ability to run in World Championships, and right now they're running top 10, but right now it is all Dylan Wilson as we work on lap number 20.
You talk about World Championships, there's no Big Block World Championship yet, but that's why you tune in to World of Thunder Esports League every Sunday to watch these big blocks, because this is basically a world-class track drivers here, as you see Wilson, Majulis, Bergeron, Underwood, Carter. I mean, even all of them in the top 10 all have been world-class or soon to be close to it world-class drivers there, but Dylan Wilson, Majulis, they're still out in front.
Yeah, Ryan Underwood continuing to work the bottom side of the racetrack, hoping and praying that the top side of the slider line goes away eventually, and when it does, you know that the 46, and you can bet your bottom dollar that the 33 machine of Evan C is going to be right there when the time comes and the line switches from the slider line or from the top down to the bottom side. You can just see the drivers already just starting to make their way inch by inch, lap by lap, car length by car length, coming down the racetrack. But the yellow flag going to come out once again here just as we work over lap number 23.
One thing also to keep note of as we look at the Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay here. Looks like that's Gavin Cardwell again. Gavin Cardwell, you see that car already scraped up. He's going to get some contact, and he couldn't save it in that slick spot. Tires just spin and go sideways. That'll bring out our fourth caution. 5th caution?
I'm going to say 4th. Maybe 5th. On board here.
Look at that wall. Just look at the side panel there as he just gets turned into that slick, spinning the tires. But man, I really like what iRacing has done with these big blocks. Just look at the outside panels there as paint scraped up throughout that whole car there.
That could be a... look, you know what? I thought that yellow might have been able to get safe from that one. Yeah. Anyhow, yellow is out. Jaeger and Cardwell to the back once again. Second time both those drivers being sent to the tail of the field. Working completed lap number 23 with 32 to run. Dylan Wilson now, he has got the fast Alex Bergeron and a quality field of drivers behind him. Blake Majulis now to the bottom side. Look, there it is, Alex. The time has come right now where you see a lot of the drivers inside the top 5 that have stayed on the bottom side. Meanwhile, Wilson continuing to run the slider line.
And now look, Evan C. up top. He tried to run that bottom side earlier on in the race side. Now he's going to go to the top side, trying to sneak his way back into the top 5. Bergeron dropping back. C. He's in the 4th spot. We're 3 wide for the 3rd spot. Bergeron, Carter, and C. Carter and Bergeron. Look at the run they got over Evan C. in that middle of the track. C going to go back up to the top side and try and catch up to the top 3, but Dylan Wilson, he is out in front as him and Majulis go back to the bottom. Wilson actually throws a slider line there.
May I tell you what, Alex Bergeron, That's twice. He's nearly nailed the back of the 127 machine of Blake Majulis, and now he's had to force the door open down on the inside into turn number 1 and 2. Majulis goes high, slide job coming, not going to be completed. 3 wide with Randall Carter up on the inside. They go 2 by 2 down the back straightaway. Wilson, Majulis 1-2. Bergeron still sits in 3rd position. Now Randall Carter on the inside, looking to get inside the podium position. Now Underwood, here comes Logan Rumsey now, working his way, looking inside, just on the outside of the top 5.
And Logan Rumsey up 6 spots right now. Up 6 spots into the 7th spot as he's looking for more. He's come along strong through this feature event. Oh no! Contact between him and Underwood. Underwood saves it though. Underwood holds on to the 6th spot. There's Evan C though. C's in the top 5. Looking to get by his teammate of Randall Carter. Carter in the 4th spot. Bergeron, as you see, where's Dylan Wilson? Dylan Wilson's out on the screen there as he's starting to walk away.
8/10, nearly 9/10 of a second over Blake Majulis. And when you can put nearly a second on a late model iRacing world champion here on iRacing.com, you know you're doing something right. Wilson continues to lead, working on lap 32, looking to be complete with 23 to run this time by. It's still Majulis, Bergeron running 2nd and 3rd, and again this battle heating up between Randall Carter, Evans C. It's just starting to see, again, Alex, we're really starting to see different lines forming here. I think drivers, and this is the type of racetrack you want as a driver, because you don't know at the moment, watching up here in the broadcast booth, you just don't know where the fast line in there is. A number of drivers that are really changing up their lines and really having to search for it as the yellow flag comes out.
Yeah, this track, while this caution's out, we've seen 3 different racetracks here tonight. The top side was fast from the street stocks. The middle side of the track came along for Logan Rumsey, but there's Toda, there's Carter. Oh, Carter going to get in the back, and then, well, let the carnage begin with 3 cars there. Spin it out. So not a memorable night right now for Carter there in that 69 machine. Had tough run in his heat race, then had to run through a beat to stay alive here in a points chase. Almost mid-season next week, and this is a tough break for him as now he'll be in the back of the field here.
Yeah, he'll go to the back with Matthew Logan. Daniel Powell was involved in that one again. Nowhere to go for Daniel Powell, so we'll see those 3 drivers to the tail end of the field in 16, 17 and 18th position, but the lights are out and we are working on 20. I believe we should be going back to 21 to go. We'll see what the timing and scoring does. There we go. So 21 left to run in this one. Alex, again, different racetrack here at Lanier. And again, it's got to be stressful on some of these drives because not knowing where the fast line is. And this is good for racing purposes as well, because you've got these drivers that are really having to search around.
As you see, slide job already by Wilson to take back from Majulis. Battles throughout. Evan C now gets into that 4th spot. Oh, no, Carter, the other Carter around. Yellow flag is out, and I think Brent almost got into him there too. We might have to go back and watch that one. Here's your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. As we see, they were all bunched up there, 2-3 wide.
Oh, his teammate Jay Place. Ouch. Maybe just misjudging that one, thinking maybe that Randall might have gone to that middle slider line. Unfortunately, he does not. Davin Carbell done well. Brent Carter did get involved, as did Jason Randolph. Matt Logan done well to avoid Randall Carter in the 37 machine, but back-to-back yellows. Alex should put us in single file formation, and I believe that might be our 6th yellow of the night. But again, just before we go back to green, we've got the super late models up next, and looking forward to the nightcap for the Mimi's Making Some Motions super late models. Are you going to be having the steering wheel in your hand for that one?
Oh, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and go back-to-back races here in the feature event at Lanier. And you know, I'll take just one, and I'll hope and pray that I make the B main. But you know who didn't have to go through the B main? Dylan Wilson, Blake Majulis, and Alex Bergeron, because those 2 sit in top 3. But here comes Evan C. The 33 machine tried to go to the bottom side of Bergeron. Bergeron runs a slider line. C going to hold the middle of the track there as he tries to get past Bergeron. But man, oh man, look at this. Your top 4 in an all-time wins list, Wilson, Majulis, C, and Bergeron. as this might bunch up the wins list tonight. Bergeron looking for his 20th win all time.
Yeah, Bergeron looking for his second win here tonight, and something we haven't seen is anybody sweep an entire night here in World of Thunder Esports history. Right now, Wilson leads Majulis, Bergeron, and C. Right Underwood, your top 5 as well. And I believe those drivers would have been close to sitting 1, 2, 3, and 4, even 5 in the points. I think 4 out of the 5 are sitting top 5 in points.
And Dylan Wilson, Majulis, they've all looked strong tonight. And look at James Grace. James Grace is into the 7th spot right now. He's up 8 spots. Rumsey up 7 spots. So these cars have been moving and grooving throughout the field tonight. But the top 3, top 4, top 5 actually have pretty much stayed intact throughout this whole race.
So right now working on 15 to run for D1RT's Dylan Wilson. Being chased hot on the tail of that one in the 127 entry. Blake Majulis, Alex Bergeron, Evans C. Then you go back to Ryan Underwood. Rumsey now to the outside, getting by James Grace for that 6th position on the racetrack. Clay Devon, Dylan Yeager, Corey Sibley for Tail Tagger Motorsports in the 99. Alex, just take a look at what I just seen there. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, all going down to the bottom side. Meanwhile, we'll make that 4, 5, 6, 7, all went down to the bottom side. Meanwhile, in 1 and 2, now look at them again, just trying to stay low. And again, just trying different lines, seeing what's fastest.
And again, this track different if you like Bergeron. As you see, he's running a slider line there, and that was a big slider line for Bergeron. So he's running a different line than he was in the sprint cars. As this track, you never know, just like in the real life, you never know what you'll get on the racing surface throughout the racetrack, throughout the race night. And it's been different lines, top, bottom, and the slider line, as you can see, are all working for these drivers.
Certainly is right now as we work on 10 to go, this time by for your race leader. And now, in what was an absolute dominating performance over the first 45 laps, now Dylan Wilson, he is just 2 tenths clear of Blake Majulis. That battle starts to heat up for the 1 and 2 positions right now. They'll make their way down into 3 and 4. Alex, we are now going to be less than 10 to run. And I'm going to say Majulis and Wilson, they have not really altered their lines throughout the course of the 55-lap main events.
But you notice when the bottom line came in, both of them went there. As the teammates hitting 1 and 2, you see both run the slider line now. So these cars know what their setups are meant to do. But here's Bergeron. Bergeron has company as Evan C. Ryan Underwood as well back there. Logan Rumsey. Rumsey and Underwood, 2 young dogs trying to get into the podium, but they got the grizzled young veterans here of Wilson, Majulis, Bergeron, and C. As those top 4 will be hard to get by if you're Underwood and Rumsey.
6.5 remaining for Dylan Wilson, looking to get win number 2 and be the first repeat winner in the Nvizion Custom Graphics Big Block Modified Series to go and put 2 wins in the win tally in Season 12 for the World of Thunder Esports League. Again, he opens up a little bit more of a gap now. It's out to nearly 6/10 of a second. It's just a little over half a second at the moment. But as these laps continue to tick on by, he's really starting to find himself in the mix of a great battle, or a great chance at an opportunity to go 2 out of the 4 races so far in Big Block Modified Season 12.
And UCC there gets by Bergeron. Bergeron tries to go to the bottom side of C. Their battle for 3rd. Underwood right behind him as well. But, oh man, Dylan Wilson starting to pull away a little bit from Majulis there. And the top 2 pull away from the top 3 from the 3rd, 4th, and 5th there. But C, he's out in front, but he has a battle. Here comes Bergeron to the inside. C going to get the run, hold on to the 3rd spot. But Dylan Wilson, Blake Majulis still out 1 and 2.
2.5 to run here in the main event of the Nvizion Custom Graphics Big Block Modified Series here at Lanier National Speedway. The popsicle sticks are out. The old Kool-Aid man of Dylan Wilson for D1RT Racing again, hitting his marks through turn number 1 and 2. Half a second lead over Blake Majulis. Majulis, he might have just surrendered here because it's just a case of Wilson not making a mistake. Wilson down to the low side through turn number 1 and 2. The white flag is out. Final time as we head off down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, bang your hands together. Dylan Wilson is going to grab a feature win here at Lanier National Speedway for the Nvizion Custom Graphics Big Block Modified. Wow, Alex, we get there in the end. I'll tell you what, the racing throughout the rest of the field was superb, but I'll tell you who was superb, Dylan Wilson. getting the job done in the number 80 machine.
He looks strong. Dylan Wilson gets the job done over his teammate of Blake Majulis. There's your final results. Dylan Wilson, Blake Majulis, Evan C., Alex Bergeron, Ryan Underwood, your top 5.
Logan Rumsey, James Grace, Clay Devon, Dylan Yeager, and Devin Cardwell, your top 10.
Corey Sibley will finish 11th. Jay Place, Matthew Logan, Randall Carter, and Ben Lewis, your 15th.
16th is going to be Ethan Toda. 17th will be Jason Randolph, Daniel Powell, Brent Carter, and Tanner Tomasi, the top 20.
And rounding out, Mike Augustine in 21st, Tyler Schultz 22nd, Cole Cabry 23rd, and Sheldon Oberly 24th. As it looks, Oberly was 55 laps down, so I think he didn't make the call there for tonight's feature event. But other than that, are we going to commercial or are we going straight down to victory lane?
Oh, we're going to go straight down to victory lane, Alex, as we're going to talk to our top 3. And we're going to go right down and chat to the man that gets the job done here tonight in kind of 80. Well, I picked him from the pole position and he did not disappoint. Dylan, man, you got to be happy with this win. Again, second time this season you come to victory lane. How was that one?
Yeah, hey, Brett. It was fun. I mean, the track really sucked, I thought. I mean, it was one groove all race. I kept trying the middle and a couple other grooves, and it just was slow. So I probably had the best seat in the house for that kind of track, and did right by qualifying on the pole and winning my heat race. So the main event track, like, wasn't very good, so we got lucky to be on the pole.
To us, it looked like drivers really having to search for that one. Do you think that being out in front, do you think that can help your night progress, because knowing that you think you've got the fastest line by being out in front, other drivers having to search around obviously takes away from other drivers being able to catch you guys and challenge you guys up front?
Yeah, on that track, it's really hard because usually it goes to the middle at some point. So you don't want to be the second guy to find the middle. So I would dip down there and compare my lap times when I went down there, and it just wasn't any faster. So I saw on restarts, Blake and Alex were able to stick their nose in there, and it seemed like they were able to get a little bit of a run. But if you ran it 2 corners in a row, you would just die off. So I stuck with what I had, and thankfully, if that was 20 more laps, the middle might have came in. But thankfully, it was only 55 for my sake.
Well, you are the first repeat winner here of the Nvizion Custom Graphics Big Block Modified for Season 12 here at the World of Thunder Esports League. We know that's got to be a good feeling, and a good feeling as well, taking that momentum into what will be the halfway point of the season next week. That the championship battle between yourself, Blake, Evan, it's really tightening up right now.
Yeah, Blake and Evan, they're really, really good. I had some bad luck in the first week. I think I finished somewhere in the back, and those guys are, if they don't have similar bad luck, they're going to finish top 3 every single week. So we need some luck to probably catch them in points, but we keep racking up these wins. Anything's possible.
No, buddy, look, well done on the win here tonight. We know you got a lot of great sponsors on this race car, a lot of great people behind the scenes, champion. Who gets this done for you?
Normal ones, D1RT, thanks to those guys over there. Actually, this season, Blake Majulis, and he's starting up a new logo type deal. He's going to be offering some special stuff, but that company's called 127 Industries, and be looking for him on Facebook and stuff. And I appreciate them coming on board to sponsor this ride this year. And thanks to World of Thunder, as always, for putting these things on, and you guys for broadcasting. Appreciate it.
All right, there we go. Dylan Wilson home in first spot, and Alex, you caught up with our runner-up here tonight.
Blake Majulis, another strong run for him tonight, finishing in second, couldn't get the win, but another podium, another week of a podium finish, and that'll keep you in the points chase here, going through near the mid-season point.
Yeah, that's kind of the main goal, just to stay there in points. Been running really good in these cars, and got a win or two. I can't remember, but got a win. I know that for sure. And ever since then, we've been pretty sporty here in this series. So, hopefully, the bigger picture here, we just stay strong in the points and keep staying consistent. You can't complain with a second place. Especially to Wilson on a track like that. It was super single file, extremely hard to pass. We were lacking a little speed early, but definitely came in at the end as well. We were pacing Wilson for a little bit there, and he was able to pull away a little bit there after I tried the middle. But overall, it was a good run.
And a strong run there for D1RT, 3 cars, as far as 3 or 4 cars in the top 10. So a really good night starting off for the D1RT crew.
Definitely, we've had our stuff on point here for the big blocks for a while now, so it's good to come out here and run 1-2 for sure.
Well, with D1RT, you got to have a lot of good guys behind you there. Who's behind the scenes?
Oh yeah, of course. Like you said, D1RT Racing, ML Performance, Matt Logan for everything he does, CFM Esports, Swag Design and Media, Design 75, Jeremy Ray for the Sweet Wrap, Showtime Decals and Apparel, Reliable Energy Solutions, CD Cinematography, and BK Designs.
Well, congratulations.
Oh, sounds good.
Congratulations. That is your second place finisher of Blake Majulis.
All right, well, we'll go down to the final end of the podium, home in third place tonight. And, well, it was an up-and-down race. He struggled early on, but finally found his way back towards the front here in position number 3. Evan C., you come away with the third place run, another good result. I believe you're still going to hold on to the points lead, but, man, it looked like you really struggled for some grip early on.
Kind of just made the wrong setup choice there. I was just going to set up for the bottom and hope it came in a little bit sooner than it did there, but it just kind of never did until those last, 10 laps or so, and you could kind of get to going pretty good down there. But I mean, this kind of just didn't have anything in the beginning there. I couldn't really round the top or slider line there, so I just kind of had to wait and hope the bottom came in. And luckily when it did come in some, I was able to pick off a few spots and at least get back to where we started there and not lose a whole lot of points.
Just talk about the racetrack. What did you make of the racetrack? Because it looked like from up here in the booth, there was a lot of drivers trying to utilise that bottom there. A lot of drivers using the slider line. Some drivers trying to make the top work. What did you make of the racetrack overall? And again, what did you think of it?
Oh yeah, this track's pretty different here in the big blocks than it is the supers or just any late model you can kind of run all over it once it slicks off, like bottom or top or at slider line. But it's still pretty difficult to pass. And I mean, the only way you're going to pass somebody is if they make a mistake, or you can just somehow pull off a slider on them, which is pretty tough, and they're already running the slider line. So even though you can run all over it, it's still a pretty difficult track to pass on. So definitely qualifying up front, trying to keep it up there is pretty key on this track.
All right. After next week, we'll move past the halfway stage of the season. I believe again you're still going to be leading the points after tonight. So after 4 out of the 10 weeks, what do you have to do to maintain that points lead and make sure that you become the first big block modified season champion for World of Thunder Esports League?
I think we just have to kind of keep doing what we did tonight. Just make sure we can keep finishing in the top 3 and just not get caught up in any wrecks. I feel pretty good about all the rest of the tracks on the schedule, especially Knoxville coming up. It's one of my favorite tracks, so, definitely looking forward to some of those tracks that are coming up. I think we can pull off a couple more wins.
All right, buddy. Well, look, I wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season. Well done on your third place finish here tonight. But before we let you go, of course, we know there's a lot of great sponsors, a lot of great people behind the scenes, champion, who gets this done for you.
Yeah, just got to thank all the guys at Team VLR. For all they do, Jeff Brown and iRacing Flag, Kevin Dedman, his band Dirty Grass Soul, Jim Emery, Next Level Designs, Captain Morgan, ShotFurry.com, CFM Esports, and just everybody else that helps out. Thank y'all for broadcasting up in the booth for us and Stephen putting on a series.
All right, there we go. That was Evan C., the driver that comes home in third spot here tonight. Now, Alex, well, we've still got one more part of what Jerry and Sean call Sunday Fun Day with the World of Thunder Esports League. Super late models up next, of course, thanks to Mimi's Making His Emotions and, of course, Warrior Logistics. But, Alex, before we let you go, final thoughts.
Well, another great show for the big block modifieds. A few cautions, but again, it's been pretty clean throughout the night. Can't wait to see the super late models. Dylan Wilson, Blake Majulis, Evan C., Bergeron, Underwood. You have all these cars back in action for the supers. And to confirm here, Evan C. is up 10 points on Blake Majulis heading into the midpoint.
All right, well, we'll look forward to round number 5 next week, but we've still got one more race of round 4 to come here at Lanier National Speedway. The Mimi's Making Some Motions and Warrior Logistics Super Late Models to come. Sean Neistat and Jerry Vansicle will be on the call. Until next time, big thank you to all the sponsors and partners with the World of Thunder Esports League, and we're going to bring up that image right there just for everybody to see what they are. Of course, Nvizion Custom Graphics, Miller Family Trucking, Scalf Race Wraps, Mid-South Dirt Slings, Mimi's Making Some Motions, Warrior Logistics, DirtFan.com, and Worldwide iRacing League Association. Until next time, big thank you to, of course, World of Thunder Esports League, SRT Australia, Rocket Racing Setups, and Heatwave Designs. Check them out on all their social media pages. Give them likes, shares, follows. Keep up to date with the people that support sim racing. And until next time, on behalf of Alex Robinson and the entire management team here at UltimateDirtTV, this is Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night. We'll see you back for the Super Late Model shortly.